for calling Capital One Bank. Para español, oprima el 8. This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance, training, and authentication purposes. How can we help you today? You can say things like,
Thank you for calling Direct Express. For English, press 1. Para español, oprima 2. To activate your card or access your balance, transactions, and all other account information, enter your 16-digit card number. If you do not have your card or are waiting for a new card, press 2. To activate your card or access your balance, transactions, and all other account information, enter your 16-digit card number. If you do not have your card or are waiting for a new card, press 2. Enter your 4-digit PIN. Your balance is $663.20. An SSA deposit in the amount of $663.20 was posted on March 3rd, 2023. To hear additional deposit information, press 1. For the main menu, press star. To review the last 10 financial transactions within the last 30 days, press 1. To speak to a representative about a transaction, a bank transfer fee credit in the amount of $1.50 was posted on March 6th. A cash debit adjustment in the amount of $660 was posted on March 6th. A bank transfer in the amount of $660 was posted on March 3rd. A bank transfer fee in the amount of $1.50 was posted on March 3rd. This completes your transactions. To repeat this information, press 1. For the previous menu, press 2. To question a transaction, press 3. To ensure we route your call to the right department, please listen closely to all options before making your choice. If you need more information about a transaction, press 1. If you would like to dispute a transaction, press 2. To discuss or check status on a pending dispute, press 3. If you were recently notified of the outcome of a dispute, please hold while you are transferred.
Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Important. Protect your card and personal information. Direct Express will never contact you by phone, email, or text message to ask you for your card number, PIN, or security code. If you have responded to any communication asking you to provide any card or personal information, please inform Direct Express customer service immediately.
it's First City Car Treasury. This is Kimberly. How can I help you today?
Kimberly, I'm
Mm-hmm.
calling about a transaction that I do not recognize, and I am a new customer, so I'd like to find out more about. Are you a government agency or are you a private company?
Government.
You're with the government. I'd like to find out
Yes.
more about how this is going to work because what's actually happened is there has been changes on what I understand to be my financial property that the government should be operating only when I tell them to operate it. But it appears someone has made some changes on the account that belongs to me. And I'm wondering, since I've noticed this pattern of the government taking liberties with people's personal property, I'm wondering if this is how Direct Express is going to behave. So, can you tell me more about this transaction?
I certainly can, sir, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. Let me get your social so I can get your account pulled up and see what's going on.
My social?
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with this card number?
Your social security number.
I asked you a question, ma'am. Why aren't you able to look up your account with Direct Express with this card number?
Hold on just a second. If you have
I'm
your case
asking you a
number,
question, ma'am. I'm not asking you to do anything.
yes, sir. You please look it up by social security number, first and last name, or case number. If you're not comfortable with giving me your social, you can give me your case number if you have it.
I'm asking you a question, ma'am. Why aren't you able to use the card number to look up the account?
Okay, sir. I'm trying to help you look up this transaction. I can't help you look it up if you're not willing to give me the
May I
information that
speak
I
to
need.
your supervisor?
You certainly can. Hold on just a second, okay?
All right.
Thank you for calling Capital One Bank. Para español, oprima el ocho. This call may be monitored and
Thank you for calling Direct Express.
Hey, thank you for holding for me. I'm going to go ahead and get my supervisor. Is there anything else I can help
You
you
haven't
with
helped
today?
me at all, ma'am. I asked you a question and then you refused to
Well,
answer
thank
it.
you
That's
for
why
calling out.
okay, you
Any
don't even
card
want me to
number?
talk, so just get on and get your supervisor.
Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Important. Protect your card and personal information. Direct Express will never contact you by another.
Hello?
Direct asking you to provide any card or personal information. Please inform Direct Express customer service immediately. To activate your card or access your balance, transactions, and all other account information, enter your 16-digit card number. If you do not have your card or are waiting for a new card, press 2. Enter your 4-digit PIN. An SSA deposit in the amount of $663.20 was posted on March 3rd, 2023. To hear additional deposit information, press 1. For the main menu, press star. To repeat your balance, press 1. To change your PIN, press 2. To report a lost, stolen, or damaged card, press 3. For deposit questions, press 4. For transaction questions or to dispute a transaction, press 5. To follow up on a previously disputed transaction, to 30 days, press 1. To speak to a representative about a transaction, press 2. For the main menu, press star. To ensure we route your call to the right department, please listen closely to all options. Transaction, press 1. If you would like to dispute a transaction, press 2. To discuss or check status on a pending dispute, press 3. If you were recently notified of the please hold while you are transferred. Important. Protect your card and personal information. Provide any card or personal information, please inform Direct Express customer service.
Thank you for calling Direct Express. For our prevention, you should take it how may I assist you today?
Are you a supervisor?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
I said, are
May I
you,
ask the reason for the call?
I said, are you a supervisor?
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. I'm with the fraud department.
You're with the fraud department?
Yes, I'm Direct Express with the fraud department, fraud prevention. May I have the reason for the call?
I didn't call you. I was told I was being placed on hold and transferred to a supervisor because the individual that I was speaking with was way more rude than I would expect a banking service to be.
I'm so sorry,
It's
sir.
so it's
Well, I'll
there's
be
no
more glad
need to
to assist you.
apologize. There's no need to apologize. The fraud, you've just identified it. So what needs to happen is you, now that you've learned that, once we conclude our call, you get off the phone and alert your employees, that your employer, that you have an employee that sent you a fraudulent call because they didn't want to do their job and that they didn't want to get caught. But there may be some fraud on my account. I don't know. So I'd like to know who's making changes on my account when I didn't authorize them. But it may just be the government, because I have evidence that shows that the government has been making changes on my account without my knowledge. So I'm calling to find out if the government actually did do that.
Okay. So someone been making changes on your account without your knowledge. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to look into
Someone made
it
one
for you.
on the
May I have your social, please?
No.
So I can get your account pulled up?
I have an account, ma'am, with an account number on here.
Okay.
And you want to interrupt me? Go ahead.
No, I just say go ahead and provide me with the case number. I didn't interrupt
I
you
didn't.
at all.
I didn't say I have a case number. I have an account open with a card in my hand that should only belong to me. Is that right?
Okay. I don't have.
I have a question, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am. I have a question. The card that I'm now holding in my hand with my name on it with a 16-digit card number, is there another one like it somewhere?
It should only be one.
All right.
However, I don't
So
actually
let me
have
ask you a
your
question, ma'am.
account
That's all I need. Let me ask you a question. If
I
is
don't have
that
your
card
account, so I
is
don't
that
know
card
anything on what's going
attached?
on.
You don't have to, ma'am. I'm not forcing you to stay on the phone to assist me and answer my questions. So anytime that you don't want to answer my questions, feel free to hang up.
No, I'm fine with answering your question.
Okay,
But I
well,
need
you
to
can't
for
answer them if you're
councilman
not
to
listening
properly
to
answer
them.
you.
You can't answer them if you're not listening to them.
I'm very much listening.
All right.
You just asked me
Okay.
to
Well,
go
I
ahead
didn't.
and
So
answer.
I'm just making that up. That you're not listening. I just made that up. You're not talking over me.
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not. Okay. Well, that's why I record all calls. I don't want to. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm again. Yeah, you're the
All right.
Treasury Department. Yes, I'm
Okay,
recording. You
sir.
try to
If you're
get my.
not willing to provide me
Go ahead. See,
social so I can pull up your
you're
account,
not
I
talking
am
over
going to
me
disconnect
now.
the call. I'm not
Like I
going to be able
told you
to
before,
assist you without social.
this is
So
not
again,
an
for the
argument.
second time, I'm going
This
to
is
have to
not an
disconnect the
argument.
call
This is not
if
an
I'm not able
argument.
to provide, you're not able to provide a social in order
Oh,
for me to
I have a social.
okay?
You just don't want to
I
answer
don't
my
know who I'm
questions.
talking to.
My
If I'm
name
able
is
to provide your
Zori
name,
Rush. My name is Zori Rush, and my social is 587316485. But I have a question, and you're now on.
587
Right. That's my social, but I didn't give
Okay.
you authority to do anything with it because I asked you a question. I only quoted it. I didn't tell you to do nothing with it. I have a
I'm just trying to
question.
pull your account up.
I didn't ask you to pull up an account. I asked a question.
I can't
So
answer the question from the way
that doesn't matter to
I'm
me.
gonna
That
go ahead
doesn't.
and
Then
disconnect
you
now,
should
sir.
have said
Have a
that
nice
with.
day, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for calling Direct Express.
All right.
Your card number. Ha introducido un número de tarjeta no válido. Para activar su tarjeta o acceder a su saldo, a sus transacciones y al resto. Express will never contact you by phone, email, or text message to ask you for your card number, PIN, or security code. If you have responded to any communication asking you to provide any card or money information, please inform Direct Express customer service immediately.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience. Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience. Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience. Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience. Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience. Our representatives are still busy.
For some reason, I get the feeling I would not be getting this problem out of a man this morning.
Our representatives are still busy.
For some reason, I don't believe that you'll find a man in that building that'll get on the phone and do what these women are doing. Why? I don't know. Maybe you should read your Bible about the silly women. It's just a story. They kind of got caught in a trap. Thus the term silly women.
We appreciate your patience.
Didn't know how to get out of the trap. Typically, all you had to do was call a man. The man tell you did something wrong. You need to fix it. Instead of you walling around like you don't know what you did. But that's just me and
Representatives are still busy. Please remain on hold.
10,000 years of recorded history. And these women on the phone somehow being silly. Go figure. But they being silly with your money right now, not mine. Mine is stolen by the U.S. government. They don't have control of my property. I have control of them now as evidence that my property was stolen. You paying for
We
it.
appreciate your patience.
You paying the silly woman to steal my property. And as you can see, I'm trying to find out from the silly woman why she even take the job.
Thanks for calling Direct Express Table Car Service. My name's Jeanette. I might help you.
Can you look up an account that I have with this card that you sent to me?
Hey, I can assist you with that. May I have your social security number?
I asked a question, ma'am.
Okay, you asking me, can I look up an account?
With the card that was sent to me from Direct Express.
Yes, I can.
Can you do that for me, please?
Yes, I can.
5332 4803.
Okay, I don't need. Okay, so I do apologize for the interruption, sir. I can't look it up by your card number. I have to look it up by your social.
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Okay, who am I transferring you to? The supervisor?
My name is Zori
May I-
Rush,
where
and
am
I believe your
transferring?
supervisor has trained you on a false statement that says that you cannot look up this account with this card. I believe that is a false statement, and I'd like to verify it with your supervisor.
Okay, I can't transfer you to a supervisor if I can't access the account to transfer you to the supervisor. I have to know who I'm transferring, why am I transferring.
My name is Zori Rush, and again, I believe you made a false statement when you said you cannot look up this account with this card number. And I'm recording you say it.
No, sir, I cannot look up your card.
I heard you when you said that, ma'am. I don't believe you, so I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
You can provide me with your first and last name, or you can provide me with the social security number, or you can provide me with your case number.
Or do you own the company that I'm calling?
No, I do not. I'm just an
Okay. Do
employee
you
here,
have a
but
do
I
you
do know
have
the
a
rules
supervisor
and
that
the
I could?
regulations.
Do you have a? Are you refusing to let me speak to your
Yes.
supervisor?
And no, I'm not. I'm
All
not
right, then
refusing.
that's all we have to
I have to go.
discuss. That's all we have to discuss is me wanting to talk, Zori Rush wanting to talk to your supervisor because Zori Rush believes you are making false statements.
Okay, Mr. Rush, spell your first name for me.
Zorri.
And may I have your last name?
Rush, like in a hurry.
Okay, Mr. Rush, can you provide me with the first four, 5 digits of your social or the last four?
The purpose of me speaking to your supervisor is because I believe, if what you are telling me you to believe to be true, that if you are being required to ask for a person's social security number instead of taking this card, that you are engaged in fraud. And the reason why I know that is because your automated system says to report you if you do it. And you are doing it right now. You keep telling me I gotta have your social, I gotta have your social, but your automated system says you only need this card and says to report you to your supervisor if you keep trying to get personal information from me, like my social security number. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay, Mr. Rush.
Yes.
So I did not state to you.
I only
I did
want
not
to
state
speak
to
to
you
your
that if you want
supervisor
to
now. I
increase
would
your
like no
social,
further
and Mr.
discussion with
Rush,
you.
and
I'd
thank
like
you
to
for
talk to
calling
your
Direct Express
supervisor.
Debit Card Service today, Mr. Rush, and you have a very great day.
Thank you for calling Direct Express. Enter the last digits of your card number. We did not receive your entry. Enter your 4-digit PIN. Your balance is $663.20. An SSA deposit in the amount of $663.20 was posted on March 3rd, 2023. To hear additional deposit information, press 1. For the main menu, press star. To repeat your balance, press 1. To change your PIN, press 2. To report a lost, stolen, or damaged card, press 3. For deposit questions, press 4. For transaction questions or to dispute a transaction, to review the last 10 financial transactions within the last 30 days, press 1. To speak to a representative about a transaction, press 2. For the main menu, press star. Before we route your call to the right department, please listen closely to all options before making your choice. If you need more information about a transaction, press 1. If you would like to dispute a transaction, press 2. To discuss or check status on a pending dispute, press 3. Please hold while you are transferred.
Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Important. Protect your card and personal information. Direct Express will never contact you by phone, email, or text message to ask you for your card number, PIN, or security code. If you have responded to any communication asking you to provide any card or personal information, please inform Direct Express customer service immediately.
Home community in Columbus. When the city is expected to approve of the plan is straight ahead.
Live, local, breaking. This is WTDA 9 News.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much
still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience.
Live in Lowndes County, Avery Hilliard, WTVA 9 News.
At 6:03 this morning.
The tragedy and injustice that happened to Jalen to happen to others in Jackson.
Jalen Lewis was shot and killed by Mississippi Capitol Police back in 2022 after he was reportedly stopped for a traffic violation. Mississippi state officials have launched an internal investigation of the incident.
Our representatives are still busy.
At
Please remain on
6:04
the line.
this morning, we have an update on a developing story out of Tupelo. Police say they now have a person of interest in custody in connection to a deadly weekend shooting. Police say that shooting happened at the Cheers at Crosstown restaurant on North Gloucester Street. Police found Montavious Clifton suffering from a gunshot wound when they responded, but they say he later died at the hospital. Major Chuck McDougal says they are reviewing tips, videos, and interviewing witnesses right now.
Happening now, Grenada police are still looking for the person in.
Marks on a Mississippi highway
Our
sign.
representatives are still busy.
And as you're
Remain on
heading
the
out for
line.
your morning
We
time, we're going to
appreciate your
continue to
patience.
track out fairly calm conditions, but could we see any rainfall if you're heading throughout the rest of the day?
Warmer days can only mean one thing. It's time to get back out in the yard. Whether you're landscaping, mowing, moving brush, or anything in between, Wade Inc. has the John Deere equipment you need to get the job done. What are you waiting for? A visit to Wade is your ticket to Yard of the Month every month. Wade Incorporated, your North Mississippi John Deere dealer, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
This is a Sherman. The water I don't feel is clean.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line.
It's done
We
with beef
appreciate
texture.
your
Charmin
patience.
Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes.
However, emojis, hashtags, phone numbers, and website addresses are
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience.
The cars are here. The things that are supposed to be in the garage are here. But the garage itself is not. I'm standing directly where our car garage used to be. But because of the high winds we experienced, the car garage actually flipped over.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience.
The funding formula used to allocate money to public schools, the Mississippi Adequate Education Program, was established by the legislature in 1997. But it's only been fully funded twice, once in 2003 and again in 2007.
new this morning. Lawmakers in Congress and if you paid a scammer with a gift card, tell the company that issued the card right away. If you think you may be interacting with a scammer, block the account.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience.
Do not currently observe daylight saving time. Daylight saving time begins on March 12th. Looking ahead, folks in Columbus will soon get a chance to learn how they can get involved in local governments. The Town and Tower Club
Alabama
still busy.
Department of
Please
Environmental
remain on the line.
Management
We
disputed the
appreciate
claim
your
and
patience.
says audits show the agency to be in compliance with federal rules.
Happening now, there's a way for folks in one local city to get the information they need faster. And this morning, you have to hear who released a new app to help you out.
And as you're heading out. Folks in Starkville need to hear this. You now have access to a new app that could help you get the information you.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your patience.
Stroke education. There'll be about 8 to 10 booths set up. And we'll also be handing out nachos, so that's always a crowd winner. So come hungry.
For more on Patient Safety Awareness Week, visit our website, WTVA.com. Also new this morning, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office Training Academy graduated its second class of state certified correction officers recently. Graduates included Patrick Akers, Sergeant Carrie Kendrick, Harley Dockery, Jennifer Jordan, and Tony Stahl. These graduates finished 96 hours of training in the area
Our
of corrections.
representatives are still
This included
busy.
classes
Please
on
remain
stress
on the line.
management,
We
jail
appreciate your
security,
patience.
special needs inmates, reporting, writing, defensive tactics, use of force, and more.
Folks are getting ready to celebrate the king of rock and roll. This will be the 25th year for the Tupelo celebration of Elvis Fest. The Tupelo Elvis Fest will happen on June 7th and continue until the 11th. One of the features this year is the North Mississippi Symphony Orchestra. They'll perform in a Silver Jubilee concert featuring some of the world's top Elvis tribute. Weekend shooting that left 2 people recovering. It happened Sunday morning at an event in the
Our representatives are still
Main
busy.
Street.
Please remain on the
And
line.
the Pontotoc County Sheriff's Department needs your help figuring out who damaged several vehicles over the weekend. Deputies say possibly 2 juveniles damaged several vehicles Saturday night with sticks and rocks. Someone last saw the suspects running north from the area of 2999 Highway 336.
And crews will break ground on the largest economic development project in the state today over in Lowndes County. Golden Triangle Development Link will host a groundbreaking ceremony for Aluminum Dynamics this afternoon at 2 on Charlie Ford Jr. Drive.
The Columbus City Council is expected to approve the donation of land to the Golden Triangle Homeless Coalition tonight. The coalition plans to build 6 homes along with a warming and cooling center if the city approves of the plan.
And as you're heading outside right now, we are going to continue to track mostly clear, calm conditions for your Tuesday morning. Few passing clouds here and there, but we're seeing mostly clear, sunny conditions now. Temperatures starting to warm up, sitting at 56 degrees in Blue Springs, and as we're heading throughout the rest of the day, we're going to continue to warm up. Middle to upper 70s, mostly dry, so we're not seeing any of that rainfall. Heading into your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that does look a bit more soggy. Some places picking up over.
Our representatives are still busy. Please remain on the line. We appreciate your
I have a question about some transactions on my account with the Direct Express card that was issued to me.
Yes, sir. I can help you with this. May I have your social security number, please?
Have you changed shifts? Are you starting fresh anew on a fresh new shift this morning?
Um, yes, sir.
You are. Okay.
Okay. May I have your social security number, please?
587-316485.
Thank you very much, sir. And may I have your name, please?
Zori Rush.
Thank you, Mr. Rush. Okay. And the transactions, are they from March?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so what is the transaction in question, sir?
All of them. I made one transaction and multiple transactions that occurred, and I was not notified about any of them. So I was calling. Maybe you uh, give me back my right to know what the changes are that are occurring. I'm not sure how this
Okay.
works. As you can see, I'm a new customer, so I'm completely unaware of the what I understand you are part of the government. At least that's what the complaint that I'm filing now says. That you are a part of the government and that the government is now taking liberties with people's personal property without advising them that they are taking such liberties. So I was calling to see if I could get any information on what liberty has been taken on my property.
Okay. So right now, um, I do not see any transactions there for the month of March.
Okay, well, I'm looking here at a transaction that says that on March the 6th, 2023, transaction ID 22688749938, Direct Express Adjustment 660, 3/6/2023, transaction ID 22688799638, Direct Express fee $1.50.
Um, okay. So I see here like if there was money transfer, but the transfer didn't go through and all the money was put back in the account.
Let me ask you something, ma'am. Do you have a right to know that and me not have a right to know that?
Um, well, sir, that's a transfer. I asked, my question was if you have any questions about the transactions. Transactions are considered ATM withdrawal or merchant.
Let me tell you where I'm reading from. Transaction details. Summary of fees, prior calendar month 0, calendar year to date 0, posted transaction date. Again, transaction ID number 22688799638, transaction ID number 22688749938. Now, I'm reading what says transactions. Now, I know you'd like to call them something else, but that's what I'm reading are transactions.
Okay, sir. So what question do you have about your transactions?
Do you have the right to have the knowledge of the return of the transaction and I don't?
through the app.
I am not. You just told me what happened. I don't know what happened, and I have no evidence that what happened. And you're not even telling me why the bank transfer did not happen. You're just telling me that it didn't.
Did you ask me if that's why the transaction didn't happen?
Ma'am, did I make a transfer on March the 3rd of $2 of $663.20?
Apparently.
All right. Did I? Does that clearly say that I assumed that that transaction would take place?
Well, sir, the transactions, the only person that can make them are the card holders.
Do I have a right to know, ma'am? May I speak to your supervisor?
Yes, sir. May I put you on a brief hold, please?
I don't have a lot of options here. I asked to speak to your supervisor. How you get your supervisor is not under my control.
Yes, sir. I understand that. I'm just asking you for a brief
It's your
hold so I can
phone. Get the
transfer you to a
supervisor. It's
supervisor.
your phone. Get the supervisor.
Yes, sir. May I put you on a brief hold so I can
I don't know.
transfer you to a
Can you?
supervisor?
I don't know. It's your phone.
I'm asking for your permission, sir.
It's you don't when you coerce me into calling you to discuss a transaction that I can see, and then you use word semantics to waterboard me into further discussing it as though you don't know what I'm talking about or why I'm calling you, then we've pretty much established your role in this is just waterboarding. So at this point, I'd just like to talk to your supervisor rather than have you get paid for waterboarding. But if you'd like to continue waterboarding, I'm available with tongue in cheek.
Okay, sir. So do I have your permission to put you on a brief hold so I can
You
transfer you to the
decide.
supervisor?
We're right now we're waterboarding. So you decide. Are we going to continue waterboarding or are you just going to continue playing this game?
Sir, I'm not playing any game.
All right. Well, I'm waiting to speak to a supervisor. I'm waiting to speak to a supervisor, and you're on the phone asking me more questions.
Sir, the only question I asked you if I can put you on a brief hold.
Am I waiting to speak to a supervisor? Am I waiting to speak to a supervisor? Am I waiting to speak to a supervisor?
No, that's not the question. My question
Do you know what it means for something to be implied? Do you know what it means for something to be implied? Like when someone requests a transfer to another bank for funds to another bank. But we can continue waterboarding. We can continue waterboarding. I'm waiting for a supervisor.
Calling Direct Express. Enter the last four digits of your card number.